Hi folks, welcome to Carl's Vaping Reviews once again. Welcome to the video. Review time. Just got over my man flu as well, so if I sound a bit throaty, it's because I've just got over my man flu. Anyway, back to the review. This is a review for the ZNA 50 clone. This is the box. I'll show you the box. That's the box it comes in. Now this came to me from elegantvapour.co.uk. Thanks again Phil, Mazen and Amen up at the store. Great, you can keep me supplied with the devices to show people how they work, etc. Now this is the Cloupor version. There is another version, another clone version of this, and that's made by AMOD, and that has a different chip in it. That has a Yeehee version chip in it. This is the Cloupor's own chip in here. Now, what is the device? The device is a regulated 7 to 50 watt device, and it's made of stainless steel in the tube and the top cap and bottom cap, and then a zinc alloy or aluminium type housing for the chip, etc., and all the electronics inside there. It does have, it's a 22mm device around the diameter of the top cap. It takes an 18500 battery, which is what's in there now, and it also takes an 18650 battery because it comes supplied with another tube and a little screwdriver as well. It does have an adjustable 510 pin in there, which is a brass pin. It does screw all the way out. There is 3 spare screws in the package. I'll show you on close-ups. And they were going to make I think they were going to have a black one as well, but I think that was sort of kicked into touch. And we only had the, well, Elegant Vapour only had the silver ones, and they sent me a silver one. So effectively, the chip in, the Cloupor chip, mimics the Evolve chip in the way it works, not as in how it outputs the voltage, but as the features on here. The features on this Cloupor chip are virtually the same as the Evolve chip, whereas you can do your left and right flip of the screen. You can also do stealth mode and normal mode, and you've also got the ability to lock the wattage in and put it onto 5-click lock mode. So we'll show you that more in close-ups, but we'll have a vape on it. That's a 1.4 ohm coiled K-Fun at 13 watts. That is there, and that's putting out, I mean, the ohms is flashing at me because it's a 1.4 ohms coil and it's putting out 4.3 volts. When the top flashes, I'll show you on close-ups, but when you press the fire button, the ohms flashes at the top. That means it's not getting the right amount of power to that coil. So if I click it up a bit more, let's see what I need to go to. I'm just trying to see where I need to go to stop it flashing. 14.4 watts, which outputs 4.5 volts, and it stops the ohms flashing. So that's saying that that's a correct type of voltage that coil needs for me to get a good vape out of it. But I don't believe, you know, I'm not a big, I don't watch that flashing at all, to be honest. I mean, I tend to vape me 1.2 to 1.4 ohm coils around about 13 to 14 watts. It's at 14.4 now, so beautiful, beautiful. So what we'll do, guys, is we'll go down for first of all, before we go down for close-ups, I better tell you the price. The price of this is £67, and that's delivered because it's free delivery because you've spent over £30 with Elegant Vapor, so it'll be free delivery. Brilliant device. I've had it for 2 weeks now, and it is a really good device. I believe Dave Dawn's just been showing one off this week on that he's had from Elegant Vapor on Vapor Trails TV, and the only thing this lacks is a micro USB input for charging the battery whilst in situ, but it's easily enough just to get the batteries out of the tube and put them on charge on your charger. But it doesn't have a micro USB charging slot like this Sigali 50-watt box mod or any of the other box mods that are around at the moment. So we'll take one more vape and then we'll go down for close-ups. So we'll see you down at the table, guys. Thank you very much. Alright folks, here we are. This is the mod broken down into its bits. This is what you get. This is the box it comes in. So what we'll do is we'll just move these bits to one side of the mod, and then we'll bring the box up. There's the that sticker is to tell you what colour your mod is. So that's saying it's going to be a silver one. There's nothing else on the box apart from Z50. And then you've got your box here. This is where your mod sits, and this is where your screwdriver sits, and this is where the tube is. This is the 18650 tube it comes with, and then inside the 18650 tube you'll get 3 spare 510 screws, the brass ones. There we are. So that's them. We'll put that back. The threading on this is very, very good as well. And then what we'll do is we'll bring in the housing. This is the housing, and that's spring loaded inside this housing here when you screw your top cap on. It breaks down for cleaning purposes, etc. You don't really want to start fiddling with anything in here really. And that's your fire switch, which you press at the bottom. Nice clicky sound to it. There's your up and down buttons for altering your wattage, etc. I'll show you that in a second. And then what we'll do is we'll put this tube on it, which is the 18500 tube. I'll show you the threads on there. Threading is really nice on this mod, like I've said. You've got some accents here on the tube. You can have them at the top or at the bottom of the tube, whichever way around you want it. I have them at the bottom, so we'll screw that on. Screws on really nice, and then there's the bottom of it. It's not out of line at all. Then what we'll do is we'll put the battery in, and it's positive up towards the top of the device, so it's that way. We'll bring in the bottom cap first. I'll show you the bottom cap. Really, really nice. Solid spring on this. Really solid brass spring inside there. The hole straight through the middle is your battery venting, and then you've got nice threads and knurling on here, and a good finish to the bottom cap. You can see the graining of the stainless steel there when it was milled, and we'll screw that on. And then as you can see, it's lit up. There you go, dimmer. They play havoc, these LCD screens do, on these devices with the camera. Check atomizer. I'll try and get that in a minute. Now your top cap, I'll show you that now. On the top cap you've got 4 air channels, or slight air channels anyway, they don't go all the way to the edge. And then you've got an adjustable 510 brass pin. That's not reverse threaded, that just threads either way. It's not reverse threaded, so it threads, it comes up when you unscrew it and down when you tighten it up. and then you've got your knurling going on again at the top, and then there's your brass connection for inside the mod. So what we do is screw that back on to the mod. When it's all the way down, you'll feel a bit of tension in it. That's the spring loaded connection inside this housing here making contact. So let's see if we can get to a better shot of this. There we go. So as you can see there now, it's sort of 14.4 watts. If you can make it out, just see if we can get the focus in better. I want to try and get the focus in for the probably zoomed in too much. There we are. Right. So you've got your battery meter on the left. Then at the top is your what the ohms is of your coiled or your attached device, and then underneath is your volts, whatever the output of the volts is, and then you've got your wattage, which is set at 14.4 at the moment, and it turns itself off. When you press the fire button with nothing on, it comes up with check atomizer, and this is the top button is done for upping your wattage, and you can go all the way up. Just go all the way up to 50, and it won't round robin, it stops, and then you have to go all the way back down again, but it is quite quick. I have to show it on a slight angle. It's messing with my focus. So we'll go down to 14. Now we want it in a 5-click lock mode, what they call it. So we'll lock the device by pressing the fire button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Locked, click 5 times. In other words, it's saying it's locked. You've got to click it 5 times to unlock it. Now we want it in this mode to show you the other modes that are built into this chip, which is similar to the Evolve chip. So if we press the fire button and the top button and keep hold of them, left mode, right mode, which flips the screen over for lefty righties. Yeah. And then we've got, press them both together again. Sorry, because it's flipped the screen. Now that's your top button and that's your bottom button. So to get out of that, press and hold the top button again, and it puts it back into the mode I had it in before, which is left mode. So left mode and right mode does flip the up and down on the switches as well. If we press the fire button and the bottom button, we get in shot, normal mode and stealth mode. Normal mode is the mode it was in. Stealth mode is this mode now, where if I unlock it, it says check atomizer, but when you've got an atomizer on there, it doesn't light up, it stays dim. And to get back out of that, you've got to click this fire button 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put it in that lock click mode, and then press the fire button and the bottom button simultaneously. It'll say stealth mode. Once it says normal mode, you can release, and then that's when it's back in its normal mode again, now where it's showing you the wattage on screen all the time. So what we'll do is, I'll stick I've got a Rose, I'm going to stick on here, Rose Clone version 2, and when I press it, nothing happens because it's in lock click mode, so, and it doesn't recognise the ohms of the attached atomizer until I press the fire button and it actually puts voltage through. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's showing 1.6, and there it is firing away, and it's showing 4.8 volts on the screen underneath. You can see that. So that's all you need to see really on close-ups, guys. That's how it, let me just zoom back out a bit. That's how it looks with the rose clone on an 18500 mode, and it's really nice. So we'll go back up to the top and we'll have a chat about it and rate it and everything, and we'll see you back up at the top. Thanks, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to the top. You've seen the close-ups now. It is a good device. If I'm going to give it a rating, I'll give it out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It loses a point really because I think the edges are a bit sharp on the buttons that you press up and the up and down buttons, and also the fact that it's aesthetically it's supposed to be an 18500 mod. So if you're going to crank the watts up, it's not going to last you that long. But apart from that, it's I like it a lot. I like the design of it. It is heavy though. Let me just get my scales. With a K-Fun on in 18500 mode, grams, yeah. Just check it's zeroed, yeah. It's 313 grams in 18500 mode with a K-Fun, and with it's going to be upwards of 350, I think it was last time I checked. 350 grams with an 18650 battery in there. So for the size of it, it is a heavy mod. So it's not going to be to everyone's taste with regards to how heavy it is, but it is a good bit of kit. The 5 button really nice on it, and it's quite stealthy in the hand. You know, that's an 18500, like I said. You know, it's quite stealthy. It's only the K-Fun sticking out there, but it is heavy to put in your pocket. If you've got jogging bottoms on or something like that, it does make your pocket sag. But yeah, I like it, and I highly recommend it for £67. It is a really good mod for that much, and a nice quality finish to it as well. There have been a few issues that Phil has spoke to me about up at Elegant Vapor with regards. He's had 3 or 4 back 4 ohms jumping. They've screwed something on it and they've seen the ohms jumping around on the tops from say 1.2 up to say, I don't know, 2 or 3 ohms or whatever, and back down again. And I believe that to be, when I spoke to Phil up at Elegant Vapor, I've told him that may be because there's a lot of atomizers, drippers out at the moment with very short 510s, and to enable that to get contact with the 510 pin, the 510 pin needs to be screwed virtually right out, so it's virtually on its last couple of threads. So that pin might be wobbling about inside the top cap somehow, which obviously makes the ohms jump up and down through a non-contact or not. That's just my take on it. It might not be that, it might just be the chip itself, but I've not seen any evidence of that on the device that I've got. So but it is a great device, but I'm only giving you my personal opinion from the device I have here. But you know, it's a Marmite mod. People are going to like it or they're not, in my opinion. But it is, I just like the form factor. So any questions, guys, on what you've seen in the video, leave under the video on YouTube on the comment section. You can also get in touch with me via Twitter, also Facebook and Google+, which the links are on that YouTube video, or on the YouTube channel, should I say. You can also get in contact with me via the AAEC forum. Richo71 is my avatar name. All the videos I do get posted up on there. And I'll see you again, guys. So thanks for watching. Bye.